sure you can handle this trip alone?
Well, somebody's got to mind the store. If you're so anxious to get outside after the tourists leave, I'll put you in charge of the cleanup crews.
Thanks a heap. Come next weekend, the tourists are going to outnumber the ants.
They do every holiday. Here's my itinerary. I'll make camp in Echo Canyon. Come on, Lassie. I'll see you tomorrow. Come on, Lassie. Come here, Lassie. It's only an echo, girl. Lassie! What's the matter with me? My head, it feels like a fever. Oh, I'll be all right, girl. KMP 771, this is 50, over. Mike, you read me, this is 50. Of course you can. This canyon, the signal can't get out. I've got to get out of here. Transmitting, girl. Get clear of the canyon where they can hear you. Go back to the truck. Go on, Lassie. Go back to the truck. Go on.
Corey, is that your dog? Corey Stewart, can you hear me? Hank, did Corey take his dog with him? Well, there's something wrong. Look, I don't like the sound of it. I think we should send a chopper up there. Right.
Atta girl, Lassie.
Well, nice to see you up and around. How do you feel?
Oddly enough, pretty good. Whatever hit me cleared up about as fast as it came on. What's the story here?
Here it is. Black and white with little red and green pins. I just finished talking to John Fisher's wife. That's John right there. He was working on bark beetle control when the sickness hit him early this morning. Doctor can't put his finger on it, same as you and all the others. More cases all the time.
Could be some kind of contamination.
Did you drink any water up there?
Out of my canteen, but I filled that before I left here. Wait a minute. I made coffee out of water from the stream.
You boiled it, didn't you?
Well, of course. What else? Could be some kind of an insect or a virus. Warm weather brings them out. I remember an outbreak of virus-carrying insects a few years ago up north. They had to quarantine an entire area for several months.
Hoo-wee. We'll have 2,000 tourists banging on our door next weekend. You gonna lock them out?
Well, I hope that won't be necessary. What's the weather report?
Sudden downdraft of cold air easterly, low clouds, rain but a night.
We're going to have to start somewhere. Might as well start with contamination. I want you to get me water samples from every stream, creek, and dam in this area. Run tests on them. And if there's one of those tests that doesn't check out pure, you get back to me right away. And I'll want those water samples before it rains.
Check. Corey, you could bottle and sell every water sample we've tested. There's not a hint of contamination. Take a look for yourself.
You know, it's funny, there hasn't been a single case of the sickness reported in the past 2 days since the rain started. Maybe the rain washed the streams clear.
You drove the little bugs underground.
Well, that's what the county health officer thinks. We'll see what happens when this weather breaks. I'll take this with me. Thanks. Come on, Lassie. So far. That is 57 cases reported. Seems to be creeping down the mountain, but only on warm days, and frankly, I don't know what to make of it.
What's your opinion, George?
Corey already has my recommendation.
George thinks it's some kind of a virus-carrying insect.
I'm almost certain. For days, I've been urging Corey to start aerial spraying. The longer you put it off, the more people are going to be stricken.
When you can prove to me that it's a bug, I'll recommend that the forest be sprayed, but not before.
Isolating a particular insect could take weeks, months. Every symptom, every indication points towards a viral infection, the pattern of spread, the easing off during cold weather.
Now, George has been county health officer ever since I can remember. Now, he should know what he's talking about.
Well, I admit he makes a good case of it. And we've been sending him bug specimens to analyze as soon as we can trap them. But George looks at this as merely a health problem. I have the whole forest as my responsibility.
You're also going to have 2,000 campers here within 48 hours.
I was coming to that, gentlemen. Sit down, please. Fred, you know I've always been very cooperative with your town. And I know how your people depend on the seasonal tourist trade.
Get to the point.
I want you to know I've never had such a difficult decision to make in all my life. But until we lick this sickness, I'm quarantining the entire forest. Effective immediately, this area is off limits to campers, tourists, Boy Scouts, everybody.
Do you have any idea what this will do to us?
May only be temporary.
Well, take George's advice and spray. You could clear it up before the weekend.
Aerial spraying's a very complicated procedure. And I won't recommend it until it's proved to me beyond a reasonable doubt that it's necessary.
There's nothing that will change your mind?
Nothing.
Come on, George.
If it turns out you're right, he'll be the first one to apologize. If you're wrong, he'll do everything in his power to get your job away from you.
I know it.
No use you two starving yourselves.
That looks pretty good.
Well, that's true Southern cooking. Why don't you knock off for tonight, Corey? It's getting late.
I'm not going to let this beat me. Somewhere in all these reports, there's a little old clue that's just sitting there laughing at me. I can feel it. I know it. Look. The sickness starts here with me. It moves down the mountain and it spreads out. The weather turns cold, it suddenly stops. The weather warms and it starts again. But it never gets beyond the boundaries of the mountain.
You still think it's contaminated water, don't you? But we analyzed the water twice. No contamination. Now, how can it be water? Hank Whitfield speaking. It's the supervisor.
I was expecting him. Hello, Bill.
Mayor Rankin has been bending my ear for the last hour. I realize you had to do it. But shutting down the forest just before a holiday is a serious blow to his town. Are you any closer to clearing this thing up?
I won't be close until it's solved. It's that kind of a problem.
Rankin has the county health people on his side, and he claims that you're just being stubborn.
Maybe I am, but I'm not going to let him high-pressure me into doing something I consider unnecessary.
Look, I'm on your side. But he isn't stopping with me. He's burning a wire to Washington. I expect some tough questions, and I need some convincing answers.
I understand your position, Bill. Look, do me a favor. Stall him. Give me 24 hours. That's all I ask. One more chance to beat this. Agreed? Thanks, Bill. You hit the sack.
Nothing more I can do?
I want you out the first thing in the morning. Tomorrow's going to be hot. Get all those roads barricaded, quarantine signs up, pull in all your work crews, confine your lookouts to the towers. I don't want anybody in the forest.
Right. Night, girl.
you got there, girl? What's the matter, girl? You had one of those corks in your mouth. You got a bad dose of that poison. Easy, girl. Easy. Won't be long now.
May I come in?
Well, sure, Fred.
Well, it seems I owe you a big, fat apology. Want to put it there?
Forget it.
Not for a long time. I just got the report from George Evans, who was feeling a little silly himself. You and your dog must have had a pretty rough time of it. How is she?
Lassie. She's okay, thank heavens.
Did you find out how that poison got there?
Oh, the stuff was supposed to be used up at the mine. Those containers fell off the truck that was delivering them last fall.
Nobody reported it?
Snow set in. The driver thought it was too dangerous to haul out in the winter. So they just lay there until the temperature rose sufficiently to expand the chemicals. The corks popped and poison flowed into the stream.
But why didn't that show up when you tested the water?
Well, by the time we tested, the temperature had dropped. The stream was flowing clear again. That's what had us fooled until Lassie found one of those corks. I'll tell you, Fred, I was scared there for a while. Thought I'd lost her. I thought sure I'd lost her.